also there at very critical junctures in our modern history, like the civil rights movement and the assassination of both.
The civil rights was very important because I came off of doing the, what do you call it, the Beatles, and I went, and that was coming from London or Paris. I went straight into and doing the civil rights, and I'm glad, because it was a big story that was being with Martin Luther King and I did the riots, you know, town to town. Watts was a particularly bad one. That was when the cry went up, "Burn, baby, burn," you know, just down the road there. And covered the campaigns, covered the campaign of Bobby Kennedy, right from St. Patrick's Day, 1968. And it finished, you know, it finished off 3 months later with his death in the Ambassador Hotel downtown.
How did Martin Luther King Jr. relate to you? I mean, you were probably one of the few white people in the room, were you not? How did you relate? How was he? How did he interact with you?
Oh no, he liked photographers. He liked photographers from far off places to show what was going on. Oh no, he welcomed us, and the civil rights workers too. They would often ask you to have dinner with them. Often. No, there was never any. That wasn't where the problem was. It would be, you know, it would be the other crowd. It would be Mississippi and Alabama, and the rednecks. That would be the problem you would have.
Did you have any run-ins with that? Memorable run-ins?
Yeah, sure. We had a few of them. And because you're with the blacks, you know, and and the pictures coming back north, or we're going wherever, we're not, you know, we're not showing them in a good light. It was showing black people and white people getting beaten up by highway patrol, whether it was the Mississippi, the Alabama, or the Georgia. It was bad. And it was always them that was doing the beating up. Mind you, one or two cases where the blacks beat them up too. Stokely Carmichael's around. Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, no. It wasn't just all one-sided. Mostly one-sided, but.
Now, you've had people like all the Beatles in front of your camera, Martin Luther King.
Mm-hmm.
Besides their historical significance, what do these people have in common? Is it their self-aware? Do they have something in common?
The Beatles and
Martin Luther King and Kennedy.
They also put in Muhammad Ali. Yeah. Well, I mean, as it says in my documentary, I mean, the Beatles and Muhammad Ali were the most photographed people ever. You know, that. And what they did and said did make tremendous impressions. I'm glad I photographed them. I was not a rock and roll photographer, you know, because after you do the Beatles, who wants Hall & Oates? Although I did photograph, what do you call them? the Rolling Stones and the Who.